Yeah, today we're going to cover the roadmap roundup and the crafting guide because I think that they're kind of related, probably. Apparently, I don't know anything about any of these. I have managed to avoid spoilers because I'm coming at it a day later. Even while running a giant fleet with my organization trying to get blueprints, to not hear about anything that's in any of these, which is sick. So we're going to cover it sight unseen with you guys, but apparently there's some cool stuff in the crafting thing. So I figured we'd combine these together because I doubt the roadmap roundup is very big. Only thing I do know is there's some 4.8 stuff. So we get our first look at the 4.8 roadmap, and we get a look at what is to come, apparently, with crafting. But I don't know what is to come, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, let's check that out. I'm thinking about what scene to use. Now, okay, sweet. My camera still works. This is a replacement camera that's temporary that will only be here for a few minutes, like basically just today. And yeah, so if it looks different again, I apologize. All right. We got release view, 4.7 stuff. Aurora Mark II, we just found out about yesterday. Ice Adult Valacar. Yes, Ice Juvenile Valacar. Just the things at the QV breaker stations, no big deal. Let's get to the good stuff. Alpha 4.8. Refueling missions. Not a huge surprise here, as they were actively working on them when we heard that in the SCL. So implementing refueling missions centered on servicing NPC ships. Players will always be able to request refueling via a beacon. Will also be able to request refueling via a beacon. That's a surprise. I was not expecting that to be a thing, which will initially be fulfilled by NPCs. Ah, right. They told us that, but I didn't think we would have the beacon right away. So that's kind of nice. I like that. So yeah, if you ever get stuck out, do you think this will change mechanics with quantum travel where they will let you go further than your quantum drive will go? Maybe. I don't know. Somebody said medical beacons when? Do you think maybe the work for this will help get those medical beacons working properly? Perhaps, maybe. But this is the perfect example. If you like gameplay of any kind, like if you're like a medical player, a mining player, a salvager, they don't work on the gameplay or the feature unless they're going to sell a ship around it. Right? So they're not saying anything about the ship they're selling here, but we know from SCL that they're selling a new refueling ship. That's the only reason they're working on this. They do not care to like take step by step by step to make the game as good as possible. They care to build the game around what they're selling. And that's just one of the most unfortunate things about Star Citizen. And we're all hoping, and that's all we have is hope, is that when Squadron 42 releases amazingly and crushes, it will not, this is pure sarcasm, crushes GTA 6. Like, literally, Rockstar closes, their stock plummets to zero. Then they might actually care about Star Citizen, but we'll see. Refueling improvements, and this is why refueling improvements exist, is because they want to sell a ship. Implementing refueling and docking improvements, simplifying the refueling process with simplified fuel delivery, I imagine, and updating docking to support mutual requests and automatic docking at close range, alongside more impactful itemization for fuel capacity and transfer speeds. Okay. I am extremely nervous about this statement here. Many of you guys do not have a Starfarer, never have flown on a Starfarer. I would love to see you check one out before this patch comes out. To me, I wonder what you think. And for the people who have used it, tell me what you think. This is the best user interface that Star Citizen has. The refueling user interface. There's so much useful information. Pretty clear and easy to understand. And it sounds like they're trying to simplify it. It was already pretty simple, I thought. So I'm a little bit worried, but when they do mention transfer speeds and fuel capacity, those are some of the really important bits of information there and the gameplay loop that's there. So hopefully that'll stay. Another huge surprise that I caught a little eye of while I was looking at the refueling, flight suit G-force resistance. This is a baby step towards more unique and special armor. Implementing G-force resistance modifiers to flight suits, enabling players to choose specialized equipment for improved maneuverability and endurance. So that's kind of crazy. Do you think we'll get the maneuverability part? Or are they just, because they talked about like you're able to actually move the stick better with a flight suit on. Ship hanger service tier 0. Oh, another surprise. Okay, this patch is looking kind of quality of lifey in a way, which is really nice. I like this. Implementing the service gameplay updates that draw from resources stored in your ship's cargo grid to fulfill refueling, repair, and restocking requests via dedicated service hangars. Idris, mining fleet or whatever, and you blow up your your mining bags or your laser or your attachments or whatever, you essentially get to repair, refuel, and rearm. Dry dock, would you call this dry dock? I don't think so. It's just like a landing carrier kind of thing. And you just have the access to the same systems. 30K, or excuse me, vehicle command module. I'm reading what Lars said. Implementing vehicle command module docking and undocking and ship systems transfer. This is set to tentative. If you're not aware of what this is, if you know anything about the Caterpillar or the upcoming Ironclad, they are like 18-wheelers where the main part of the ship is a trailer, essentially. The big part of the ship is a trailer, and then there's this little command module that is like the truck part of it, and you're meant to connect and disconnect, and yeah. So basically, cargo hauling or something like that, you can have 6 full Caterpillars of stuff, and you could go back and forth to, wherever you're saving your trailers and run cargo that way, essentially. And then obviously they're doing that not because they wanted to make the Caterpillar better, because they want to sell the Ironclad. Then FPS stuff, the crossbow's coming. Nothing crazy here. Featuring a devastating, shattering bolt and harsh projectile drop. The Uniflex crossbow rewards skilled aim with immense power. Its near-silent firing mechanism lets you strike quietly and gain the upper hand on your foes. Will this feel like Rust when you, like the first hour of Rust? KSR plasma grenade. Oh, okay. Implementing Kestic Arms area denial grenade. All right, we heard about this. Prime and throw to lock down an area and prevent enemies from pushing through. Look forward to seeing that. Transport system. This is not a surprise at all. Implementing the new transport, a full rewrite of transit across the universe, supporting trams, trains, and elevators with improved reliability and scalability for technologies like server meshing and instancing. We have not had that tech preview test, so this being tentative may stay tentative. And then the gold standard Aegis Hammerhead, and they're only doing the gold standard Aegis Hammerhead because we know that they're going to sell another version of it. Try to tell me I'm lying. Right? Try to tell me I'm wrong. Try to the evidence just keeps mounting up that they only care about selling spaceships. Star Citizen 1.0 implemented a new physically based destruction system. This is Maelstrom being added to the 1.0 cards, who obviously, duh. All right, next. The crafting guide. I don't think we need to look at the actual crafting guide. I think we need to just go to the bottom. But we'll see. Do they talk about anything in blueprints? Obviously, I'll link this to you, and you guys can check this out on your own. I know I'm skipping over stuff. Because there's a what's coming next. Today and tomorrow, here we go. We are tremendously excited by this addition to the game and what step this means for the universe as a whole. Like every feature in Star Citizen, crafting will continue to grow and evolve through subsequent releases, connecting as many aspects of life in the verse as possible and giving you as the player and giving you as the player more agency and control of your experience than ever before. That said, we also wanted to share with you a few select details about where the crafting system is going from here, and you can find those below. All right, general expansion. Additional items, including but not limited to vehicle components and weapons. Duh. That's sick. Obviously, though. And super exciting. Integration with base building for crafting entire vehicles. Yeah. Nothing we don't know yet. Additional stats for all craftable items to provide increased variety and customization. Very vague. Obviously, anticipating that. Catalysts. Optional items with which unlock additional benefits when included in crafting jobs. Ooh. Ooh. NPC shops pay more for higher quality materials. Hate it. Hate everything about it. Everybody knows how I feel. I hate the NPCs. They get all the fun. Crafted gear may be looted from select NPCs or found in crates. Really fucking hate it. It has to be unique. This has to be unique and come with like durability. Like, we can't do this. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it has to have durability on launch. It doesn't matter. Dismantling this loot will result in appropriate quality values on the materials. Okay, cool. Because here's the thing. Players are going to go and do the path of least resistance. You kill crafters if you do this. So for me, I think it's really good if... I want to hear what you think about this, but I think it's really good if the crafted gear is fairly easy to come by, pretty good, cool, nice, we like it. It's your day-to-day stuff. It's cheap. It's, what you're going to use most of the time. This crafted gear is the kind of stuff that, like, drops rarely, has unique stats. I think the best example is something that they do now. Scorched attachments. All the new weapon attachments. Those are essentially crafted items, right? And of course, we can't necessarily lose them now unless they're in your backpack, but they're completely unique from anything else we can create in the game. And I think that is really, really important, because I think it's really nice to have a separation of people who farm missions and kill NPCs to get this type of gear, and then people who mine and salvage and refine and craft. But when combined together, you create something that's like really, really powerful, cool, awesome, interesting, unique builds of certain weapons when they do something like this. So I really hope that's what happens. If they just go, oh, by the way, same crafted stuff is what drops on NPCs, players are just going to loot bunkers until the end of time, rather than deal with player trading or whatever, which appears to be next. And I'm very excited. Player trading will support transactions of quality materials and crafted items. When? Don't talk to me about that stuff and not say when, because that's the stuff that I start drooling over. And it doesn't matter unless it's very close, right? Base building will add additional support for player-operated stores and advertisements. Sweet. New stuff about blueprint acquisition. All right. As of right now, blueprints just drop randomly on a mission. Blueprints can be granted from physical datapads discovered in the verse. Datapads are one-time use. Datapads can be sold or gifted to other players before use. This is a little bit deceptive. Datapads are consumable, I would probably say here, because that doesn't mean the blueprint is a one-time use and you can only craft one thing. It means when you consume it, it's gone. That's what it means. Blueprints can be granted via reputation rewards. Blueprints can be purchased from NPC stores. I think this is good. Basic blueprints for basic weapons. And then unique and strong stuff in the missions and things. I think that's a good thing. Most crafted items will have tiers 1 to 3, while vehicles expanded to 5. Higher tier items have access to increased stat ranges. Higher tier blueprints have more complex requirements. Increasing a blueprint's tier requires a player to complete research tasks. The items can be upgraded from one tier to the next using a specialist upgrading blueprint. Okay, these upgraded items will have access to increased stat ranges. It should be more efficient to craft a higher tier item from scratch than it is to upgrade from tier 1 up to its maximum. Really? Okay, that's an interesting one. A dedicated blueprint library app. That sounds like a Mobiglass app, which is absolutely needed. New folder style management for materials of the same type, which are different quality. Awesome. The ability to split and merge resource containers within the inventory where the quality averages out. Fuck, I don't know why you would want to do that outside of low quality stuff, but okay. Yeah, like averaging up your low quality to something a little bit higher, maybe. But I would never, like, throw a 900 quality in with that stuff, right? Item functionality, degradation, and repair. Here we go. Oh, my goodness. And then pledge gear and crafting. All right, there's a lot of stuff here. This is a lot of stuff. Like, is this good? Is this bad? This is the moment of truth. This is the definite, like, I have my eyes closed right now. This is the definition of, will I play this game or not? Like, this is it. Will I just become an Eve player, or will I play Star Citizen? Okay. I'm so nervous. Without items degrading and needing to be replaced, the crafting economy is much less appealing to crafters due to crafting your item once and never needing a new one. Okay, good start. Sounds like they actually hear us. Items will degrade with usage. Degradation impacts the functionality of the item. Items can be repaired to restore some functionality. Sounds good so far. Every repair reduces maximum functionality of the item. Sounds great. So good. Low functionality will mean more malfunctions. Fantastic. Items will get damaged. Items can be repaired to restore its integrity. Item recovery and claiming will not reset functionality on items. Yes. Yes. Holy shit. These guys are not stupid. Wake up, you're dreaming. Oh my God. Pledge items are still subject to degradation, repair, and maintenance, but will never become permanently unusable. Past the restore complete functionality will be available. Oh, come on. Unbelievable. They couldn't do it, dude. I woke up from the dream. They couldn't do it. They couldn't fucking do it, dude. I almost punched the chair. I don't want to scare the dog. The dog's on the bed. Oh, God. Oh, I fucking hate my life. What tier and what level? Oh, the emotional, like, high and low. What tier, what level, what upgrading can you do to pledge items? Because let's be real here. I mean, it's still degradation. It never dies. It never dies. All right, yeah, true. We have pledge gear and crafting. Like, keep reading. Chat says keep reading. Okay. Any item obtained. Hey, stop. Any item obtained via the pledge store will be a tier 1 quality item. Pledge items will never degrade to 0. If a pledge item has a unique livery, the owner receives a cosmetic paint item. The cosmetic paint item allows you to apply that livery to the same item. You do not receive a blueprint to craft the original item itself. It still must be earned in-game. Pledge items cannot be traded or dismantled. Ooh, I'm unsubbing. No, they're not paints. They're still an item that you can upgrade that you can never lose. Guys, do not fall for this. Do not fall for this. Yeah, but also paints. We knew that already. But we knew they were still going to sell weapons, armor, multi-tools, everything that a crafter would want to craft. Remember what I said earlier about the path to least resistance? A fucking credit card is the path to least resistance. Right? Now think about ships. Think about crafting ships. They're about to go to crafting vehicles. Who the fuck would ever buy a vehicle from a crafter? That's the opposite of what I read. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Any item obtained via the pledge store will be a tier 1 quality item. Let's scroll up. Blueprint tiers. Increasing a blueprint's tier requires the player to complete research tasks. You can upgrade it. You can upgrade it. Now, here's the restriction. Tier 1 is bad. Yes, but you can upgrade it. Here's the restriction to it. You still need to get the blueprint. You have to upgrade the blueprint. And guys, the blueprint will consume your pledge item, right? No, pledge item does not come with BP. When did I say it did? I literally read, you do not receive the blueprint. Pledge item is not a BP item. Guys, you will offer up a tier 1 item when upgrading, is my guess. Right? So your tier 1 Karna rifle that you got on the pledge store will become a tier 2. Your guess. I should not have to guess. We should not be guessing anymore. We should not be guessing anymore. If it stays a tier 1 item, GG, awesome. I can reach out for clarification on that. They will not tell me anything because they want to remain vague on a lot of stuff so they can change it if they need to. Guys, if it stays tier 1, like, I'm fucking Simba. And the song is playing in the background, right? Don't know. Not sure. Don't think that's the case. But if what you're saying is the case, it should just be a fucking cosmetic paint from this point forward. They should sell no items because it's useless. It's not useless because the guns are fine. I don't know. I'm just going to say I don't know and leave it at that. I'm just going to say I don't know and leave it at that. Next, crafting vehicles. Functional dedicated in-vehicle crafting machines, the ability to input-output both materials and items using vehicle cargo grids. Okay, nothing special there. Additional fabricator types. Food, craft items like rations, water, etc. Awesome. Medical, awesome. Construction, large hangar-sized space used in base building for crafting spaceships. All right. Salvage, construction materials split into the refined materials that the vehicles are made of. Select materials are exclusive to this method. For example, salvaging alien ships to obtain alien metals. Ooh, I mean, that makes sense. And then the new refining system. All right. New systems create alloys and composites, no longer converting iron ore into iron, but iron ore primary plus carbon secondary. Interesting. That's an interesting take on this. This is a weird one, actually. Not like many MMOs. Most MMOs go iron ore into iron, and because you're turning this ore into a bar that's like usable, and then you combine the two together. That's how games do it. Now, in real life, I don't think that's how it is, correct? Are you taking iron ore and carbon when making steel in real life? Brain, every MMO I've ever played, Brain. Every MMO I've ever played. But I don't know the process of creating steel exactly. If that's the case, then sure, maybe that makes sense. So, interesting. I don't know. I know what steel is. I know steel's iron plus carbon, but is it iron ore, or do they refine the iron ore to get any impurities out into iron and then plus carbon? So that there's one step there that's like kind of weird. It doesn't make sense to me. But outside of that, like after you go mining, you would assume that you would still refine into iron, the crafting material iron. Primary input determines the quality of the refined product. Quality of the secondary determines how much of it is needed. Allow use of the things like creature harvestables to create new materials in a grounded and believable manner. Okay. Add unlockable blueprints required for select exotic materials. Very nice. We're never going to get it, guys, but this section needs clarity. And it's needed clarity for 37 years. If this stays tier 1 permanently, holy, that's awesome. But I don't think that's going to be the case. That is some really cool stuff there. I'm soying over some of this stuff. And I say this every time they talk about cool things. Every single patch from this point forward, I hope there are tasks being done that are related to getting us to this place. Every single time we like something, they walk away from it, move on to the next thing. It degrades, it falls apart, it stops working, it stops being fun, it falls behind. And I hope that doesn't happen. And that's where I'll leave this. And yeah, let me know what you think.